What's up, guys? We got a second place deck profile with Mr. What is your name?
Majid Khan.
And what did you play?
Hero Diva beat with Prisma.
With Prisma. This is what he won for second place on Nintendo Switch. Okay, let's go into the deck profile.
Okay. So a lot of the cards are pretty standard. You got 3 alias.
Yeah, pretty nice. Ulti first.
Ulti aliases that are like 15 years old. They've been sitting in a binder for so long. So I run 2 Prisma, and you run 2 Ocean. So what you do with Prisma in this deck is you summon Prisma,
Yeah.
you reveal TERRA FIRMA,
Okay.
and that allows you to send Elemental Hero Ocean from your deck to the graveyard immediately. And that's really good just because it powers up your Miracle Fusion turn 1. It gets rid of the bad draws early on because you don't want to draw Ocean. It just makes the deck way more consistent, thins out your deck. So, and then Prisma also works with cards like Honest, and then it's a hero, obviously.
Okay, cool. Searchable. Have you thought about playing the Earth one? The
Earth one?
TERRA,
I thought about
FIRMA?
it.
Okay.
If his Synchro had a better effect, I would. But
Yeah. Searching polymerizations, whatever, right?
oh yeah, I have 3 Miracle Fusions and 3 regular polys.
Yes.
That would be funny.
Best normal summon in the game?
Yeah, Stratos. Got 2 Honest. And Honest I think is better in this deck because you got 2 Prismas to use it with too.
Yeah.
Prismas are light type, so.
Yeah, it's
so
basically a 5th alias.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Got 2 Thunder Kings too to also use the Honest with. And Thunder King is really good in this format, obviously. It's really, really good against the mirror match, good against Black Wings. One of my favorite cards.
Yeah. It's really good in Tengu Plan, but who cares?
So it's Diva Hero beat, so you got the 3 Diva and the 1 Gilman.
Okay.
I don't like 2 Gilman, I feel like it.
You don't want to draw it.
Yeah, you break it a lot if you run 3 Gilman.
Okay.
You got 1 Cyber Dragon, just extra beater. Got 1 Snowman Eater. I used to have 2, but I cut it to 1 just because it felt like the deck had too many monsters. But
Yeah.
I still like this, just to like.
So you got 2 side deck cards in your your main deck.
Yeah, the 1 random Cyber,
Yeah.
the 1 random Snowman, just
I
to
got you.
get against like heroes,
Okay.
Absolute Zero, stuff like that. And then got the Gores, obviously.
Wow. Okay. Because usually hero beats don't play Gores, so
Yeah, I think Gores is really, really good.
okay.
Definitely won me some games.
Awesome. Check out your other stuff.
Extra decks, or spells, is 3 Miracle Fusion. Got 2 E-Call and the 1 Rhoda.
Okay.
So these are pretty standard.
You don't like the third e-call?
What's up?
You don't like the third e-call?
Nah, that'd be way too many monsters. I was
see.
thinking about cutting these down to 1, 2, but
You know.
I think 2 is okay.
Okay.
Got Future Fusion, obviously.
Yes. Good card.
And then staples like these 3. And then
What
I run
you
one.
don't sorry, with the brain control, yeah, you don't tribute summon for anything, right?
Yeah, but you got 3 divas.
Oh, that's right. I'm done. Okay, yes.
You got 3 divas, and if you have like a Miracle Fusion, you can take their hero and then Miracle Fusion, the hero you take. And then I threw out a Smashing Ground in to test it out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time I would like lose to 2,000 defense monsters, or they have just an absolute 0 with no monsters. It's pretty good, and I liked it.
Okay.
I think 1 is good.
For frog, like when they do a do frog law.
Yeah, I do
see.
problem exactly.
Okay.
And I don't run Gemini Spark in this deck just because.
Well, yeah. Why don't you play Gemini Spark? What's your reason behind
I
it?
feel like it makes the deck more inconsistent. Gemini Spark's a really powerful card, so like when you draw Gemini Spark, Hero Blast Alias, you auto win the game, right?
Right.
Then you play another game where you draw Gemini Spark, Hero Blast, and no Alias,
No
and then you
alias,
auto lose the game. So if you're playing in like an 8-round tournament, you're probably going to go 6-2, 5-3 with that deck.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have a lot of games where you just lose to yourself. Whereas when you just run good cards like Prisma, like Smashing Ground,
Yeah.
like Thunder King, stuff like that, you're more likely, I think, to go 7-1 or even 8-0 because you're not going to lose to your own deck.
That's an interesting philosophy.
Yeah, you're never, unless you draw 2 Oceans, which Anthony saw a couple times today.
Yeah.
You never like draw a hand with this deck where you're like, I just can't play, and I hope I'm drawing an Alias, or I hope I'm drawing a Stratos.
I
Otherwise I lose.
see.
Yeah, I can't tell you the number of hero players I play where they set 3, and I'm like, if they draw an Alias, they win. If they don't draw an Alias, they
Yeah.
lose.
They basically have to wait,
Pretty much.
pray, basically.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I like it. I think consistency is really important when you want to top like a.
Absolutely. And you got to top, you got second place, so
Yeah.
it's, yeah, your philosophy paid off.
It did. And then traps is pretty standard. 3D prison. 2 bottomless. And then Solemn, Air Force, Call,
Call on it, yeah.
and then you got Dust Shoot and Mind Crush.
Oh wow. Okay, so
Yeah.
main decking Mind Crush.
Yeah, I think Mind Crush is really good in a format with a lot of heroes.
Yeah.
It's just really, really, and if you like play against people enough, you can usually make reads with it. It's pretty easy to tell when they have like a Kalut and you're playing Black Wings, if they're setting up a Dark Arm Dragon, stuff
Okay.
like that. Even against like frogs, you can get rid of Swap Frog and then see their hand.
Okay.
Mind Crush is really good when you can see see their hand. The ruling, if it was the other ruling where you couldn't see their hand with Mind Crush, I don't think I would use it because honestly, I like looking at their hand more than even discarding the cards.
Yeah, knowledge is power.
It is, yeah.
I see. With the trap dusty, do you agree that you should main deck it for game one?
I think so. If you draw it,
Even
it's
if
really
you play the
good.
mirror match and then you set like 4 copies.
Yeah, that can happen, but I feel like if you open dust shoot, then you win like 80 to 90% of the time. Because if you dust shoot them and know their hand, you just have to play around their hand, right?
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Check out your, what do you want to do next? You want to do your side deck? Or
Yeah, I'll do the side deck.
Okay.
2 chain disappearance for frogs mostly, and then quick draw decks.
Quick draw, yeah.
Pulling the rugs for mostly frogs, and then hero. 2 compulse for like black wings, hero stuff.
Okay. And Value Turbo.
Value Turbo.
Yeah.
2 dust tornadoes for black wings, random back row decks, stuff like that. Heroes too when you're going first.
Yeah.
Cross out. This was probably my favorite card. Feels really good to hit like a Raikou or a Hamster and then just fuck them.
Yeah.
Then I played against like a plant player where he just both game 2 and 3. I think this helped me win the game.
Yeah, it's good. So it gets recruiters too.
It is, yeah. 2 Dynas, probably my next favorite card in the side deck. It's good against so much stuff.
Yeah,
If you
so
draw
good.
it.
Did you play it against any fairies today?
Not today.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have been good against fairies. Played against I think 2 or 3 monarchs, and this card won me at least 1 game.
Okay.
Got another Cyber Dragon for heroes and for machine decks.
Yeah.
I'll honestly only side deck this card because it's ulti. I had one, I have an ulti one, and I wanted to side it because he wanted to buy it off me for 100, and I didn't give it to him, and I had to side it after that. I felt bad.
15 card is an ulti card.
I had to have a logic on why I didn't sell it to him. Then a soul release.
There you go. Did you actually resolve soul release today?
Not today, no. I might take it out. I don't side it that often. I have trouble figuring out what to side some of the time, and if I do, it's like this is the card that I'm least likely to side in.
Yeah, for Light Sworns probably. This
Light Sworns, Christia deck, stuff like that.
Okay, cool. Alright, cool side deck. Let's go into your extra.
And then extra is also pretty standard. This is just the card you got to make sure if you decide to make
this
this
guy's
deck.
amazing. Yeah. Especially with the Prisma.
It is. If you make this deck, make sure to get a copy of it, but otherwise everything in the extra deck is pretty standard. Extra deck isn't organized, but you got 3 absolute 0, and then the 1 TERRA FIRMA. And then extra deck wise, got 1 Chimera tap. You got the Cyber Dragons. I wish I could fit 2, but I don't think it's possible to fit 2 with all the
Market is
other
not that
stuff.
important.
Yeah.
Not popular, sir.
You got Black Rose.
Yep.
Brionic, which is my favorite, Synchro. You can do so much Diva hero shit in this deck, and that's fun.
Did you bounce your Call today?
What's up?
Did you bounce Call the Haunted today?
Call of the Haunted? No, I didn't do that. But what makes me sad is if you have a Diva, a hero, and a Miracle Fusion, that's 7,900 damage.
Yeah.
So it's 100
So
off
close.
game. Yeah, so that happens a lot. Android.
Yeah.
Goyo. Flame Bell. I like this guy.
Yeah, me too.
I like this guy because of time. You can summon him in time, but now that the time rule changed where it's last phase, I don't know if it's as good anymore.
Yeah.
So I might just switch it for the Gaia.
For what?
The Gaia Knight, the
Gaia Knight?
2600
Okay.
Knight. Yeah.
Sick.
Cataster. Mistworm. Actually bring him out a good amount.
I see.
Thought Ruler.
Yeah, he's good.
Colossal. And Stardust.
Okay, cool, awesome. What were all your matchups today? Did you play any? What was your hardest matchup?
Probably the plant deck that I played against, just because cards like Mystic Tomato, Dandelion are really hard to OTK against. It sucks when they fill their board with monsters and you just have to like beat them down one by one. Whereas a lot of the times with this deck, you just want to like try to find ways to do a lot of damage fast.
Yeah.
So it's really, really hard. Whereas against decks like Black Wings Frogs, they only summon 1 monster. If you can answer it with traps and then beat them down, it works pretty well.
Okay, what was your record in Swiss? Did you go X1?
I went X2, but I lost round 4 and 6.
I see.
The last,
To those decks that you just mentioned?
Yeah.
Line deck, yeah. But you got your revenge in the top.
I did, yeah. First place curse is real.
Yeah,
Seen it happen a lot.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for the deck profile, mister, and then I'll hopefully see you more in the future.
Thanks, man.
All right, peace out.